Today, I had a very interesting opportunity on iRacing. I was sitting around trying to figure out how I was going to fill the void of the NASCAR season being over when I brought up my YouTube homepage and saw a thumbnail that blew my mind. Good old Jimmer himself was doing a weekend live stream, but what was he doing? Well, F1 cars on a dirt track, and I thought to myself, I wonder where he got that idea. And when I popped into the stream, I realized I was just in time to join the race. So I booted up my computer, bought the W13 because I hadn't owned that car yet, and joined the race just about as it rolled over into qualifying. And though I didn't have any experience with the W13 on dirt tracks, and I didn't have any setups to go along with it, I knew this was my chance to assert my dominance over Jimmer as being the king of meme combos on iRacing. And so this is how the race went. All right, here we are in the race. This recording, I don't have my inputs for the first couple laps, but they'll pop up randomly in a little bit. And then we got Jimmer right behind us in P11. We are starting in P10, so it's gonna be a battle right off the start. So here we go. So I am just looking at the first place car right now, trying to see when they go so I can get a decent start. I'm starting in 4th gear. Any lower, they're just gonna auto spin the tires. So I started in 4th gear, going up into 5th, already car spinning down into the inside, get a couple free spots. I'm a little more brave in turn 1 and 2 than a couple of the cars in front of me, able to get a couple easy spots. Jimmer is actually passing on the bottom here, so he clears a couple cars and gets within a couple car lengths of me. He's that guy on the bottom there, already slow cars, not able to keep it straight. I'm just trying the low line right now. The top seemed really slick to me. Here we go. I am back on my perspective. Jimmer's actually taking a look below on us. He's looking for the pass here, but unfortunately we are able to get some more momentum than him just with that middle line. Then there's a crash in front of us and then pure carnage. I'm like, oh, I have no clue where to go. And I just stick to the high line and get through. And unfortunately, Jimmer did not get through there. And actually, let's take a look at his perspective from that.
Over. Oh, it's over. It's over. Yep. Oh, come on.
All right, and we are back, and I'm still trying to pass cars here. I'm just keeping it steady, following this one guy in front of me, the number 3 car, and I'm just really holding that half throttle, and there, oh, that was a good maneuver here, and then I almost spin out, and then I somehow clipped through his car. If you look at it from the replay, I actually didn't hit his car at all. It's just kind of a visual thing there. So very thankful and very close for that, but I lost second, now back to 3rd here. And this race is just pure carnage. Absolutely, I just can't even talk about everything that's going on. It's almost like I should play this race twice. And oh, there we go. I'm able to be a little bit more brave than the 2nd place guy in that corner entry. Really good side-by-side battle here. No contact. Almost slid up into him, but we were able to survive it. And now we are in pursuit of 1st. He is 3 seconds ahead of us, but that is a long ways at Eldora. I am trying to figure out where he is, and just having to change my line to get around these other cars. It's very difficult to keep the car straight in the first place, and now I have to navigate all this traffic. First place slips away from us a little bit, but we are trying to get the comeback here. So we are on lap 9 of 15, already over halfway through. This race is an absolute whirlwind. Another slow car up top. I head to the bottom. I like being down here. It's not quite as fast as ripping the top, but it's a lot more consistent. Putting down some really consistent lap times right now. But if you think that it's cooled down a little bit, just wait a couple more laps. It is going to get even crazier than it was before. You see the gaggle of cars in front of us start up. I'm gonna have to figure out my way to navigate through them. I'm gonna cut in between these 2 cars. Crazy. I don't know how I made it through that without losing control. Getting on top of 2 cars and then back to the bottom past this car, and then dive bombing these 2 cars, trying to slide all the way up in front of them. And then there's just more cars in front of me. Jimmy's back in front of me here. I'm going to go for another pass on him, but I'm just following him at this point. Getting my car to the bottom. He's running the same line as me. I see the crash up in front of me. He goes in the middle. I go back up top, and then I just barely get into it. But oh, and I spin out a little bit. And then just coming to the white flag, but I saved the car.
Oh, we're dead. No, we're not. Yes, we are.
And then the third place is only half a second behind me now. I have to go block now. I have to avoid another car that's flipping at the same time holding off P2, trying to hold on to this P2, which would be very respectable starting from 10th in this carnage-filled race. And I'm able to cut off the bottom line, miss a couple more wrecking cars, and cross the finish line in P2. What a whirlwind of a race. That was a ton of fun. I get a 2x there, and that was actually my only incident points of the race. I actually had a 0x for the entire race and only got the 2x from the guy giving me a little tap after the end. But yeah, overall, this combo is not for the faint of heart. The track is wide enough that you can actually maneuver around wrecking cars, which is very good for wreck avoidance. I had a ton of fun here. You look at all these wrecks here, and it was just a lot of fun trying to get around them because it felt possible. It wasn't like a super narrow track where you can just literally clog the track. I had to put myself in the wall barely a couple times, but other than that, it was like very doable to get through these wrecks, which made it a lot of fun. Just really being patient, getting through stuff like that. I can actually see this combo helping out a lot of people with car control, cars that are always on the edge. If you overstep the edge by one little bit, you go spinning, as you saw by a lot of cars who were just barely overstepping their bounds, and it's just an instant spin and you can't save it. You even saw it from me a couple times. And then other thing that it helps with is obviously that wreck avoidance. You are able to avoid the wrecks if you drive smartly, but at the same time, it's not easy. So it really prepares you for the worst case scenario. And as this highlight comes to a close, I would like to say thank you to Jimmer for putting on this hosted session, but unfortunately, I will be taking his crown that I don't think he knew he ever had as being the #1 iRacing YouTuber in that race to like meme races. I don't know. The more I talk about it, the less impressive it gets. All right, thank you all for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you all on the track.